So, welcome to the podcast, Finlay McDonald. Finlay, how are you?
Very well, Rob. Thanks. How's yourself?
The best, the best. And here I am absolutely intrigued about this new venture, piping for wellness. Tell me about this. What is all this?
So this is it's essentially a pilot program that we're about to start this week, actually, on Wednesday. It's been in kind of the planning and discussion stages for a bit over a year. And the conversation started with our our co-chair, Lady Ivory, having a discussion with a very senior doctor called Dr. Michael Dixon, who has got experience with kind of holistic approach to health, and using the discussion started about the kind of singing projects that help wellness and health, and
Yeah,
community choirs, different ways of engaging people through music that may not have engaged with music before, or may have had some kind of um, some issues that may have stopped them taking part in these things previously. So they got thinking about pipes and how playing pipes might actually be something. We talked about long COVID or
mm,
COPD, where actually that the way of blowing and the way we think about our breath, and could help that. We don't know, and this is why we're doing the trial. But there's lots of anecdotal stories and not evidence, but information out there that lots of people think that piping has helped their lung health. But also there's the kind of wider holistic approach of getting people to partake in group activities, be part of something, be involved in something that isn't. A lot of these people will have pretty serious lung conditions, and just taking them out of that for a while in a way that gets them engaged in a community, like-minded people. They might share their own experience or problems or issues. So we're looking at that as a kind of holistic kind of approach where we will deliver lots of the piping activity, and
hmm
it's very light touch at first. It's singing the scale, doing a drone. So half the group sings the drone, the other half sings the scale. We start singing tunes in that way. We'll go on to the chanter, very slight, very, very early step stuff.
mm.
But we're also going to introduce, um, you know, piping history or Scottish history through piping, local history. This project's down in Ayrshire, Dumfries House. So we'll talk about Robert Burns, for example. He loved pipe tunes. Lots of pipe tunes that we know came from Robert Burns, and so there's that contextual approach where it's about being involved in something. So we'll be delivering that aspect of it, and the kind of wellness staff, the specialists down there, will be delivering things like chair yoga, kind of ancient Chinese breathing techniques, meditation, stretching, all these stuff, posture things that I think we can all learn from in terms of playing music and
Yeah,
thinking about our physical and mental health.
absolutely. And I'm fascinated the way you mentioned the social aspect of it, because that's a huge part of piping, isn't it? Me and you talked about this before, with Piping Live Festival. The music is one thing, the performances are, they're blistering, but it's also the hanging out with your mates that makes it so special.
And I think it isn't. It's easy to kind of forget how big a part of it that is. I think
Mm,
back to my youth, um, my of course my family were kind of soaked in piping, and I did it from an early age. But that very quickly became my social life. I've met some of my best friends that are still my best friends today from the age of 8 or 9 through
yeah.
piping. I've met numerous people, hundreds of people that I've enjoyed spending time with, friends. It's enriched my life massively from just being involved in piping, and it doesn't matter what level we're talking about here.
Mm,
If it's complete beginner to what we do with degree level, it's about that interaction, being a part of something bigger. The
yeah.
sum of all those parts, and the sense of community. I think that's the big thing. When I think back to the Nielsen band that I kind of learned with, there's a broad sort of spectrum of people from different backgrounds, different social classes, if you like, but it didn't matter. We all did it because we loved the pipes, and that was the common factor, that we all loved playing the pipes and getting together and hanging out and chatting and playing music and feeling connected to each other by that. So I think we shouldn't underestimate the strength of that.
Oh, absolutely. There's huge mental health benefits as well as physical health benefits. We have, I've heard a number of reports. I'm sure you mentioned them earlier. Where people who say they're like a bad asthmatic or something, and piping has helped strengthen their muscles and everything. So is that what you're kind of hoping for here? Some sort of positive, physical reaction, I guess, to people piping?
Yep. So we are, of course, not qualified to make that decision or do that research. That's why we're working with the Wellness Centre at Dumfries House and also the East Ayrshire Medical Partnership. So all of the participants have been referred to this programme by their GPs. Right. So we're taking very seriously the medical aspects of this. There's going to be a lung specialist nurse there at every session, so that if the participants do feel as if it's causing them any distress or they need any help, we've got that on board. But we'll also be monitoring their progress and how they feel on a weekly basis.
I see.
So again, it's the physical side of it. So what is the lung capacity like before? A lot of this, I've actually spoken to one of the participants who says she gets panicked and almost has like panic attacks when she feels she can't catch her breath. She's got COPD, and even just she's looking forward to this. And she said that even the fact that she's signed up for it already has made her feel a bit better.
There you go. Yeah,
that she can attend, gets her out of the house, gets her into a community feeling. She said already, having not even been to one of the sessions, I'm feeling a bit better. I've got something to look forward to. That's powerful. That's like,
it is.
That's really. And I was quite taken aback speaking to her that already she'd kind of felt the benefits of potentially taking part in this. And then we'll have the physical sides. The specialists that we're working with have looked at various research into singing and anything that expands your lung use and capacity is going to be good. It's a muscle. You have to rebuild the muscle, and if you can do it in a way that isn't necessarily just focused on your breath, you're playing music, you're singing, you're being involved with it. It's almost a subconscious way of getting the physical benefits, and they'll be monitored weekly. So they'll be doing lung capacity tests, and how are you feeling? How do you feel today? How do you feel before? How do you feel after the session? Again, I've got my own kind of anecdotal story of when I started pipes about 8 or 9, I had asthma, or I had the beginnings of asthma, and I was at the family doctor, and he was very much your traditional kind of old school family doctor, and I had a wee bit of trouble with the asthma and kind of sporting activities, and he said, "Well, listen, son, you need to get your dad to teach you the pipes." He says that'll strengthen your lungs, and I did. At the same time I was starting piping, and again, it may have changed anyway. I may have grown out of it, or it might not have developed, but I've never had bother with that since. Now, I'm not saying that's a scientific or a medically proven kind of result, but anecdotally, for me, I feel it's definitely helped my physical health in that way, and the mental health. Being involved in music is just such an enriching thing to be doing. Sorry, that's just gone low battery. You still with me?
Oh, I'm still here. We're still here. Yeah, no, absolutely. I have to agree. The mental and physical benefits of being involved in piping are, they're incredible. And in some cases, immeasurable. So I wish you good luck with this. It's going to be an interesting one.
Great supporter of the things we're doing, and we'll keep you updated on progress. And hopefully, we're going to learn from this. People are going to benefit from it, and it might be something that we can roll out and train other teachers in.
So there you go.
I think there's long-term benefits and effects here. So we're very much looking forward
Yeah. Well, I have to say, do you remember the dark days during the pandemic when people were talking about bagpipes in very negative terms, like saying, oh, they were, toxic instruments almost, you will get sick if you play them. But now we're starting to find, well, the opposite can be the case.
Yeah, yeah. Hopefully, and again, we don't know, we don't have any evidence, but this is part of this. We're starting to build up
Mm.
evidence, and hopefully, it's going to be a really positive outcome.
Oh, great stuff. Well, Finley, thanks a million for taking time to chat with me. This is a fascinating project, and yeah, we definitely want to be kept across it. So, yeah, let us know if any feedback happens. Yeah, we'd love to hear it.
Thanks again for your support.
All right, thanks a million. Cheers, Finley. Bye.